Hey, this is our 10-month update on our Vanderbilt weight loss clinic, and I have lost 60 pounds and gained 20 pounds of muscle, which I think is probably where I was at our last video. I don't know that I'm going to go back to Vanderbilt because my insurance has changed and it's out of my price range. My last visit, my awesome nurse practitioner told me I was doing great. I'm off the phentermine and topiramate or Topamax, and I have to pay $277 for her to tell me I was doing great. So I'm like, I don't know that I can afford to just go up there so she can pat me on the back and tell me that.
Positive affirmation.
I'm nervous about gaining weight back. I would love to lose 60 more pounds. You know what? I should have looked at my stats before I started recording this, but I think in 6 months I've now lost like 10 pounds in 6 months. So, I mean, but hey, I'm going down. And I'm very happy here. We'll see what happens. Still doing carnivore, but I also eat sugar, so that slows my progress down big time. But I love carnivore. I love how it makes me feel. I'm even kind of merging into keto a little bit, doing the keto diet, just so I can add vegetables and just a little more variety. But the meat is great. Ernie cooks all of our meat, most of it, and I mean it's fantastic.
Only because she didn't know the difference between pork chops and steak.
I know the difference when it's cooked. It was wrapped up in paper. It looked like pork chops.
Yeah.
I think had I pulled it out and seen the marbling, I would have known that was steak. But
that's why I was saying open it all the way up.
It was pink and
yeah, I'm just teasing you.
It looked like a pork chop. It was supposed to be ground beef. I was making keto meatballs.
Yeah, I need to know to label the meat before I stick it in the freezer.
Yep, I put the ground pork back in the freezer and I wrote on it ground pork. Because I will forget what's in there. I have thought I would know, but then I forget.
Well, here's my problem is I always do things with the thought that I'm going to remember this.
Uh-huh.
I never do.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's when you have mystery stuff in the freezer and it's covered in ice, you're like, well, I don't know what that is.
Uh-huh.
So, Ernie, what's your progress?
So, I am down 90 pounds, and...
I didn't know it was 90.
Yeah.
90 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's amazing.
I think for the last month, I only lost like 2 pounds. And I think it is because I keep...
well, it's the holiday season.
Yeah. Well, there's times that I'll eat stuff that I know that I shouldn't eat, and it throws me out of ketosis, which is the best thing about the carnivore diet is because you always stay in ketosis, and you usually don't have to worry about carbs and stuff like that. But you eat a couple of cookies or a cup of ice cream or something like that, and it just throws you all out of whack. But the good thing about it too is I noticed that each time I do that or eat bread or anything like that, I don't feel good. So it just encourages me more to stay on it. So
my sister had a Christmas party last night, and oh my gosh, the food was amazing. It was so good, and I had a big time eating all the things. And I was up last night just tossing and turning for half the night, and I feel better eating carnivore. And I have more energy, and I love that.
Yeah, it just makes me think that each time I decide that I'm wanting to take that cookie or whatever, is it going to be worth feeling bad to do it? Mm-hmm. Because I did that with margaritas. I tried drinking margaritas, and it made me really sick. And so I just don't drink anymore. I don't drink alcohol.
We've heard that you're not supposed to drink on carnivore, and so Ernie's heard it, and so he really thought, it's just the sugar.
Yeah, the empty calories. But no, it makes you feel bad. I don't know. It doesn't do the same. It is no fun to have an alcoholic beverage, which is fine. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm like, nah, we just don't drink anymore. It's cool.
Yeah. So So sweets don't make me feel that bad, but I kind of wish they did.
When he's like saying no cookies, I'm like, I can eat 2
Uh-huh.
cookies and still feel pretty good. But you don't lose weight when you do that.
But it still makes you conscious of what you're eating.
Well, and used to I would have eaten 10 cookies.
Yeah.
You know, so I love to see the progress and know how far I've come.
Yeah. So it makes me make better decisions.
Yeah.
And it keeps me at a moderate instead of overindulging.
Yeah, I like feeling good.
Yeah.
And all the things. So, you know, it's not I feel like this is not an exciting update, but it is where we are with it. And, you know, I love our progress. It's amazing.
In our mind, or our thought process
Mindset.
on food, on eating food.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And a friend of mine sent me a website for keto recipes. It's the best I've seen. I've already made some things off of it. So I will include that below too, because it's a great resource.
So one of the things I would suggest is if you decide to go on keto or carnivore or whatever, I would try new recipes that aren't alternatives to the things that you like.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Don't try to make fake whatever it is you were used
keto
to.
pizza or keto spaghetti or keto whatever, thinking it's going to taste the same as the things that you really like, because it doesn't. It's kind of like loving Coca-Cola and then trying to drink a Diet Coke, thinking that it's going to taste like Coca-Cola.
You would think they could make it taste the same by now.
But no.
Where's that technology?
Yeah. So that's my suggestion to you. Don't let yourself get let down by eating the fake alternatives to what it is, because you're going to expect that it tastes the same, or at least close to the same.
I don't think we really did that though, did we?
No, because I've done it before, and it's never worked out good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Something my mom did was she bought a smoker, and I'm bringing up my mom because I just don't think of myself personally as like I can smoke meat. And she talks about it all the time, and I don't even know what she's talking about, because I don't like things that taste like smoke. You know how sometimes you've eaten something that tastes like smoke, and I'm like, well, that was gross. Well, then Ernie bought a smoker, and he's been smoking stuff, and I'll put the guy on here that my mom and Ernie independently follow the same person for recipes with their smoker, and they're making amazing meat. So Ernie's been smoking, and I'm like, okay, I didn't know that this was going to be like, I love it. And like, he'll smoke a big old pork shoulder, and then we've got it in the freezer, and it is so good. When I eat it at work or something, everybody's like, what are you eating? And I'm like, smoked pork shoulder. And it's good just the way Ernie fixes it. It's also good. We might throw a little barbecue sauce on it with some cheese.
Yes.
Somebody was telling me that Stubbs has a sugar-free barbecue sauce.
Yeah, well, it doesn't taste good.
Oh. They swore that it did.
Yes, I've tried.
But I mean, we might be using like 2 teaspoons of barbecue sauce, so it's not really that big.
And Stubbs, anyways, is low sugar. It's probably the lowest sugar barbecue sauce you can get. So
it's good.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's our update for now. We'll keep you updated again later. Thanks for watching.